Hey everyone, it's Brian from Raid Leader TV, partnering with DestinyLFG.com to bring you the complete Crota's End hard mode guide. It is important to note that while this guide will give you a total understanding of the new mechanics and changes to the encounters, they are created with the assumption that you have already beaten the normal difficulty level of the raid. If you have not yet beaten Crota's End, then take a look at our guide for the normal difficulty by clicking the annotation on the screen or following the link in the video description. This time, we're going to go over the quickest way to beat the bridge portion of the raid. Remember that this guide will be constantly updated with the current best strategies for defeating each section of the raid as efficiently as possible, and it just so happens that currently the easiest way to pass this encounter is with a bit of cheddar. If this method is ever patched out of the game, there will be an annotation on the screen directing you to our updated strategy. But if you don't see an annotation, then this remains the fastest way across the bridge. If you consider cleverly taking advantage of game mechanics as cheating, then you can click the annotation on the screen to see the less efficient, more wholesome way to clear this section of the raid. To start off, it's important to understand the one crucial mechanic that differs between this fight and older strategies used across the bridge. The Annihilator totems on the other side of the abyss will now periodically activate based on certain activity around them, meaning it is absolutely necessary to get at least one member of your fireteam across the bridge and in a position where they can easily run to the totems if they activate. This is done of course by killing the sword bearer, picking up the sword, and constructing the bridge via the sync plate just like in normal mode. After getting a member of your fireteam across the bridge, you'll then want the rest of your group to jump off the cliff to trigger the next phase of the encounter. At this point, you'll have any Sunsinger Warlocks in your group self-revive and snipe the enemies across the chasm. To get the best possible angles for this strategy, our cameraman elected to use our proprietary Guard and Dawn camera system to achieve unparalleled clear views of the action. Once the member of your fireteam voted off the island makes it to the other side of the bridge, they're going to want to sit right beside this pillar near the cliff's edge. This location gives them cover from wizards, ogres, and other enemies, as well as allows them to reach the nearby totem to prevent annihilation if necessary. There were a few times during the encounter where it was incredibly useful for this member of our fireteam to have stealth, so we suggest sending a hunter as your liaison across the bridge. Just like the normal version of the raid, you will eventually have wizards and ogres spawn, this time with added health and higher levels, and will receive loot after defeating them. One possible piece of loot you could get from this encounter is the Abyss Defiant, a legendary auto rifle that offers some anti-wizard synergy, and continues Bungie's tradition of rewarding raid weapons for the encounters that they weren't named after. To see our guide for the next section of the raid, click the annotation on the right side of your screen or check the link in the video description below.